So what are you kids going to do?
I mean, I want to do the right thing.
So you're keeping it?
I guess there's nothing else to do at this point.
How could you let this happen?
George, calm down.
Daddy, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to adopt a baby. It just happened.
Right. George, I knew we should never have sent her to volunteer in that Bolivian orphanage without a chaperone.
Did I raise you to go to the third world and bring back orphans like some kind of altruist?
Daddy, how can you call me that? Your own daughter an altruist?
Don't you know that when you sign a piece of paper, you're signing every piece of paper that paper's ever been in a folder with? How could you let...
Don't act like you've never been there before. She was just so cute and helpless, and I just wanted to...
Okay,
all right. We know how these things go. We were young once, too. It's just that, well, didn't I teach you to always cover your eyes when confronted with the horrors of global poverty? I'm just saying that if you had practiced safe charity, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Well, since no one else has asked it, I guess I will. Who's the co-guardian? Do you even remember?
Daddy, of course I remember. His name's Frank. I met him the first day there when we were distributing malaria medication together. Oh, we were so naive.
Well, this Frank, what's his story? Is he planning on taking responsibility for the consequences of your little community service?
Well, you can ask him yourself. He's waiting outside in the hall. I just wanted to tell you alone that I've got a bun in the bakery window.
He's been in the hall all this time?
What will people think, Anne? No one at church will look at us the same.
Oh, honey, you shouldn't be so hard on her. Don't you remember when we were kids? You signed us up for that children's fund project. If I recall, we sent in $1 a day for several months before you called up to cancel it.
That was nothing compared to this, okay? No. How could we have raised such a socially responsible little girl?
Oh, come on, sweetie. Listen, after the kids are in bed, do you maybe want to write letters to our senator? Protesting the genocide in Darfur? Their address is right here.
Control yourself, Anne. God.
Dad, this is Frank. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah, so we've heard.
Mrs. Foreman, Mr. Foreman, it's nice to meet you. I just want to say you've raised a very special daughter.
Oh, thank you, Frank. Well, we, Lucy's father and I, think it's wonderful that you're following through on your obligations here. Not to be indelicate, but a lot of young men would have simply run off if they realized they'd accidentally signed on the dotted line.
Well, my mother always taught me to take responsibility for my mistakes.
Well, my mother taught me to keep my pen in my pocket protector. What my wife means to say is that a lot of kids get carried away nowadays being all beneficent. But now, there's a homeless South American child involved, and whether or not you wanted him there in the first place, it's here to stay.
Unless the Bolivian government declares them unfit parents.
Aw, but we can't wish for something like that to happen.
I'm sorry, you're right. That was crass, dear.
Well, when do you expect the baby to arrive?
Well, Lucy and I were volunteering together on the 14th of April.
Well, that was when we met. I mean, that
Oh,
was
right, yeah, I guess it was a little bit...
later. I mean, on the first day.
Yeah, we didn't just meet and then march into the adoption office.
So what's your social security number?
Oh, my!
Hey, Lucy, it's your daughter.
Wait, you brought her here all the way from Bolivia?
Olivia, no. Lucy, don't you remember? It's me, Ralph. From Nigeria?
Yeah.